Well, it's Stats Day every second Wednesday, so let's discuss some statistics. And I thought we would get into just something a little different. Again, every time I do this stats video, I want it to be different. Because otherwise, we're just going to have just the same video every week, and that's not fun. Or every other week, and that's not fun for me. And we went through that last year where it was the law of diminishing returns. As the season went along, you get fewer views. And it's really just basically the same names being spouted over and over again. So I'm trying to change that, and every week it'll be something different. Every 2 weeks it'll be something different. I'm just used to saying every week. All right. Leading point scorer in the NHL currently is John Carlson with 20. That is surprising to everybody, including John Carlson. David Pastrnak, 17. Connor McDavid also has 17. Leon Draisaitl, 16. And then there's a three-way tie with 14 points. Mark Stone, Jack Eichel, this guy here, and Brad Marchand. So I would think that by the time the smoke settles, or the smoke clears, the dust settles, Connor McDavid should be your number one guy. But a lot of scoring going on early in the year because every October this is the way it works. Goals leader is David Pastrnak with 10. James Neal with 9. Austin Matthews with 8. Of course, perilously not on the board is Ovechkin, who has 7. He'll probably end up winning the Rocket Richard again, won't he? Assists leaders, John Carlson with 15. Connor McDavid with 12. Ryan Ellis with 11. Leon Draisaitl with 10. So Leon Draisaitl, 6 goals, 10 assists, has overall had a very good season thus far. I know there's some panic with Oiler fans that things have started to looking familiar over the last couple of games. Let me assure you, the defense is still there. As long as the defensive structure is there for Edmonton, I think they'll be okay. And again, okay means, competing for a playoff spot. Not necessarily the heights they've been at early in the year, but not necessarily as bad as things might have looked over the last couple of days either. Power play goals leaders, Victor Olofsson with 6, and he's come out and said he doesn't want to get typecast as just being a special teams guy. He wants his shot 5-on-5 too. James Neal also has 6. David Pastrnak 5, and TJ Oshie has 4. So far no Ovechkin on that board. You get the feeling that's going to change too. Ice time leaders, Brent Burns, 26 minutes and 33 seconds a game. Thomas Chabot, 26 minutes, 31 seconds. And then interestingly enough, there's Erik Karlsson, 26 minutes and 22 seconds a game. So both of them are playing over 26 minutes. So they really are relying on those two guys. John Carlson, 25 minutes and 36 seconds. He's 4th on the list, but first in everybody's hearts. I wanted to look at unrestricted free agents from this past summer. I didn't put them in any particular order just to see how they're doing. Panarin in 7 games has 4 goals and 2 assists for 6 points. So his points pace is below last year's, but his goals pace is above. So there you go. That's 2 ways to look at it. Kevin Hayes, 2 goals, 0 assists in 7 games. But if you look at the advanced stats, he's doing very well. And the offense should come sooner or later for him. Joe Pavelski, 11 games played, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He has struggled. He's been looking better over the last, I'd say, week and a half. But so far, you have to think Dallas is wanting more out of Pavelski than what they've got. Gustav Nyquist, nice under-the-radar kind of signing. 9 games played, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. So much cheaper than Panarin, and the production he's putting up is similar, not dissimilar so far. Ryan Dzingel, 9 games, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. So very good start for Dzingel. Matt Duchene, 9 games played, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. He slowed down a little bit off what he was at the start of the year, but he's still on pace for roughly 100 points. You've got to think that's going to come down a little bit. Tyler Myers, 3 assists in 9 games. But the important story with Tyler Myers so far has been how it's solidified Vancouver's defense. They were talking yesterday about how Troy Stetcher's been pushed out of the top 4, and all I can think is there's depth. There's actual depth on the blue line. So that's been a fantastic revelation so far. And Myers has been a big part of that. Michael Ferland, 9 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. He is struggling to find his place in the Vancouver lineup, to be honest. He is not getting a prominent role, and I don't think he's necessarily going to. Again, there's a lot of depth in Vancouver, probably more than a lot of people realize, and he's currently not playing big minutes. Jake Gardiner, 9 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist for him. but his position with Carolina has been important thus far. Matt Zuccarello in 5 games has 1 assist. He seems to be picking it up with Minnesota. Marcus Johansson, or I guess he's gone back to Johansson with Buffalo. 10 games played, 4 goals, 3 assists. He's been a key guy for the Sabres. You want to look at the Sabres' improvement. Johansson's been part of that. Wayne Simmons, 1 assist in 8 games for New Jersey. If you expect offense from Simmons, you're likely going to be disappointed, but he plays a good physical game, and he's a good veteran leader for this team. Brett Connolly, 9 games played, 4 goals, 3 assists. Pretty excellent for the money when you look at Connolly. So far, I would say Connolly's one of those guys that has been a steal. Corey Perry, after coming back from injury, 4 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. All 3 points in 1 game. So we'll see with Perry, but so far the returns are pretty good. Brandon Tanev, 10 games played, 1 goal, 3 assists. We can all agree that his contract's a little bit rich, but he has provided something to that Pittsburgh lineup that they needed. And he has absolutely been one of the keys for Pittsburgh early. It's still probably too expensive and too long a contract, but right now, Pittsburgh's happy with the return. Jonas Donskoy, 9 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, playing for Colorado, and I've always been a fan of his, and so far he's looked pretty good, and he's provided them with some depth scoring. So we'll see if he keeps that up. I don't know that he's a 30-goal scorer, and he's on pace for nearly 30 goals. I don't know if that's going to happen. But he can get around 20, and he can be a very useful player for a team. So there you go. Those are the notable unrestricted free agents. I didn't include goaltenders in today's. I'll probably include that in a couple of weeks. Rookies, Victor Olofsson's your leader with 6 goals, 3 assists. Cale Makar has 8 assists. Ilya Mikheyev has 3 goals, 4 assists for Toronto. Cody Glass, 2 goals, 4 assists in Vegas. And Quinn Hughes in Vancouver, 1 goal, 5 assists in 9 games. He's had a pretty good start. And again, he's part of that new solid defense that the Vancouver Canucks have been able to put forward this year. Save percentage. This is the only part where the goalies are on the board. Tuukka Rask, 944. Darcy Kemper, 944. Carter Hutton, 943. Alex Stalock, a 942 save percentage. And Marc-Andre Fleury has a 937. So overall, the numbers, pretty solid considering the amount of scoring that's been going on early in the year. Which teams are scoring the most? Glad you asked. Goals for per game, Nashville leads at 4.22. Colorado, 4.00. On the goals against side of things, Arizona leads there with a 1.88 goals against average as a team. Colorado is on the goals for. Okay. Focus, Shannon. Boston and Vancouver, ironically enough, are tied. Let me turn that a bit. Boston and Vancouver are tied with 2.11 as their goals against average. I think it would surprise people to know Vancouver's goals against average is really good early in the year. The reality is they're just playing really well defensively, and Markstrom and Demko have both been really solid. On the power play side of things, Boston and Edmonton have a 35.7% power play, and the Islanders at 33.3%. On the penalty kill, Vegas, 90.9%, San Jose, 90.6%, and Calgary, 88.4%, to round things out on the statistical side of things. So there you go. Just a nice little video on the statistics. Let me know which of the unrestricted free agents you're most surprised by. I will also do a look at restricted free agents, maybe in the next one, where we'll look at who's overperforming or underperforming and get a feel for which contracts really look like they're going to be worth it and which ones are highly risky at this point. So yeah, there you go. Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.